It's the most wonderful time of the year here at Backstage Pass.
We're hunkering down to sit by the fireplace waiting for Santa to come and chatting about some of our favorite holiday classics.
And as usual, we're serving the hottest tea and the best eggnog on our annual holiday extravaganza.
Set aside some cookies for Santa and gather around.
Because we've got your Backstage Pass to Hollywood. Live to tape from the North Pole, it's Backstage Pass. Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Backstage Pass where we give you the insider scoop on everything entertainment. I'm Ryan Wall.
And I'm Callie Corson. We've got a juicy show for you, but before we delve into the gossip, let's take a look at what movies topped the box office this past week.
Coming in at number 3 is Wonder with $12.5 million. Number 2 is Justice League with just under $17 million. And coming in at number 1 was Coco with a strong second week, making $26.2 million.
So I've heard a lot of good things about Wonder.
Yeah.
A few of my coworkers actually went and they took their daughters and they had a great time.
I mean, I think that it's like such an interesting movie and like there's so much that you could say. I also heard a lot of good things about Coco.
Yeah, so did I. I didn't get the chance to take my little sister and brother like I wanted to over break, but I'm hoping that I can do that in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, well now you'll have all Christmas season and they'll be on extra good for you because Santa's watching.
Very true. Let's see the movies coming out in the next couple of weeks.
For fans across the world, the Star Wars saga continues. After audiences were left speechless by Star Wars The Force Awakens, Lucasfilms and Disney were already set to continue the story. In the latest film, Star Wars The Last Jedi, young Jedi Rey is reunited with Luke Skywalker with the hopes of learning his control and way of the Force. The film features Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Mark Hamill playing the legendary role of Luke Skywalker. This is also the last film made by the late Carrie Fisher, who passed away suddenly last year after the release of Rogue One, a spin-off movie from the series. Fans are anticipating where their favorite characters will end up as Disney completes the second movie of the trilogy. With the release date quickly approaching, it's time to break out your lightsabers and gear up for one of the biggest battles between good and evil. Here's the trailer for Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Ever want to relive the best years of your life? Well, looks like the Bard and Bellas feel the same way. In the upcoming film, Pitch Perfect 3, the Bellas have graduated and worked their way into adulthood. After finding it less than glamorous, they look for a way to get back to what they love, performing and being together. They make their way to a competition for the USO and find that they are once again the underdogs. With only their voices and instruments filled with Rebel Wilson's jokes, Anna Kendrick singing, and Haley Steinfeld's fame, the girls are sure to bring you to your feet with their original music and astounding sound. Check out this awesome trailer for the wrap of the Pitch Perfect series.
How can a 22-year-old Olympic skier find herself in the middle of a high-stakes poker game and the target of the FBI? Jessica Chastain stars as Molly Bloom in the latest film, Molly's Game. The story is based on Molly's life as she finds herself involved in money schemes due to her gambling habits. The movie also stars Idris Elba, Michael Cera, and Kevin Costner. This dramatic biography will get your heart racing and send you into the world of Hollywood celebrities, athletes, business tycoons, and the Russian mob. After receiving positive reviews at the Toronto Film Festival this past September, Molly's Game hits theaters in January.
So I know Molly's Game looks great in both of our eyes because we just talked about it. I think it's going to be like so cool to just like see a whole different side of the normal.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it has this weird sort of like it's real enough that it obviously happened, but it's just so surreal and it's hard to wrap your mind around it.
Yeah, like the average day person would not think any of that is somewhat possible in their eyes.
Yeah.
I was also, we were laughing with Daniela, one of LaSalle TV's own, about the Pitch Perfect, how the reporters are like stalkers and always just keep coming around.
They have to keep it aka real, you know? But I mean, I think Pitch Perfect is, it's just like it's a fun movie franchise.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that I'm advocating this, but you could make a gazillion of them.
Oh yeah,
So
100%.
like,
they could just keep it going even if it's not their group. The whole aka situation could just keep going.
Yes. So now, as these movies and more hit the big screen over the holiday season, our very own Jerry Tripodi gets in the spirit with her latest review of the movie The Star. Check it out.
Just in time for the Christmas season, The Star is the perfect movie to get you into the holiday spirit. With many famous voiceovers in this animation, such as The Walking Dead's Stephen Yeun, Kristen Chenoweth, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Kelly Clarkson, and music from Mariah Carey, it's no wonder why this film is currently ranking in the top 10 at the box office. The storyline uses the adventures of the animals to tell the nativity of Jesus. As Bo the donkey finally gets his freedom, he and his best friend Dave the dove set out to chase their dream of being a part of the royal caravan. Little did they know they would end up by Mary and Joseph's side instead, as their goal changed and became focused on protecting Mary and saving the baby Jesus from King Herod's relentless hitman and his evil dogs. No matter how far all the characters wind up from each other, the star always leads them to find their way back. But will Bo, Dave, and their new animal friends be able to save Mary and the baby from harm, or will the hitman succeed? If you want to find out, then you've got to go see the movie for yourself. Even though this animation's typical audience would be children, the whole family will enjoy it. With its comedic and heartfelt moments, you will love it no matter what age you are. Well, that's my pick for this week. My name's Jerry Tripodi, and I will see you next time after the holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanksgiving Day has come and gone again. Here's how some of our favorite celebs spent the holiday. Beyoncé spent the holiday in style, sharing some of her simple but chic fashion for what she likes to call Thicksgiving. Miley Cyrus spent the day with her loved ones and a tofurkey. Oprah Winfrey, of course, went big with her holiday feast. The Weight Watchers spokeswoman, Fabulous Thanksgiving Dinner boasted 4 22-pound turkeys. Justin Timberlake showed off his pie baking skills, as shared by his wife, Jessica Biel. And Kim Kardashian West showed her gratitude for her fans by poking fun at herself with a picture of her face and butt as a float on Twitter, with the caption, "Happy Thanksgiving, I'm so thankful for you."
Matt Lauer and Russell Simmons are the latest in the entertainment industry to be accused of sexual harassment. The revelations about Lauer sent shockwaves throughout the industry. Lauer's Today co-host Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb broke the news after an internal NBC memo was distributed announcing Lauer's immediate dismissal from the network. Later that week, allegations against Russell Simmons came out, and Simmons immediately stepped down from the head of the multiple companies he owns.
It's t-shirt time. Jersey Shore is back. Backstage Pass recently reported that MTV was creating a spin-off called Floribama Shore. That was a similar series set in Florida. Fans were split over the show and lobbied aggressively for a Jersey Shore reunion show. MTV execs heard their pleas and received the iconically trashy program. The one notable change is that cast member Sammy Sweetheart will not be returning. Snooki weighed in, saying that she hoped Sammy would change her mind, but also acknowledging that Sammy was in a good place and likely didn't want to get bogged down in drama. We've read that as she doesn't want to deal with her ex-boyfriend Ronnie. We don't blame her, but we also can't wait for the gang to get back together and have some good old-fashioned GTL. Jersey Shore will premiere sometime in the next year.
So last episode we were talking about this, and I know you had a lot of opinions. So
yes, I'm super stoked for the Jersey Shore reunion since we're Jersey natives. Cannot wait. I'm sad that Sammy won't be on the show though. I totally understand, like, she's grown up and that's awesome. She's much more mature now, but she was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be kind of cool to see where they are, because it's almost like they've all grown up and like they're all parents now.
Exactly,
I mean,
it's so
like
weird.
there will be definitely a different dynamic. I thought like DJ Pauly D is almost 40. So like, I don't know if like he'll have the same attitude or
I would
like
hope
people
not.
have different perspectives now. Also like Snooki and JWoww, like I don't know how they're gonna be like, oh, do I want my kid to see this?
Yeah, you don't want
know?
to do something too crazy because their kids will be watching one day.
Yeah, but I mean, the situation looks horrible.
Yeah.
He's not doing so hot. He had like tax evasion, like not a good look. But
That
it'll be
is
cool to
definitely
see them all together.
Yeah, I agree.
So on Sunday, November 26th in Las Vegas, the annual Miss Universe pageant took place. This year, there were 92 women from around the world who were competing to win the crown. Television star Steve Harvey hosted and joked about his 2015 Miss Universe winner mix-up during the 3-hour broadcast. The women had to prove to judges and the world why they should be the next Miss Universe. The contestants were separated into 3 geographical categories: the Americas, Europe, and Africa and Asia Pacific. There was a swimsuit and evening gown competition. The final 5 women were asked questions about their opinion on terrorism, social media, and sexual harassment. The top 3 choices of women were from Jamaica, Colombia, and South Africa. The last 3 contestants then had to answer a question about a quality of themselves that they are proud of and how they would put that to work as Miss Universe. The winner of the 2017 Miss Universe title was South Africa's Demi-Leigh Nel-Peters. Congratulations to all the contestants.
The 2017 Victoria's Secret fashion show took place in Shanghai at the Mercedes-Benz Arena. There were performances by Harry Styles, Miguel, Hamilton's own Leslie Odom Jr., and Chinese native Jane Zhang. The show was filled with fashion, music, and everything in between. Familiar faces appeared on the runway this year, and Karlie Kloss was one of them. She made her first comeback after taking a break for the past 2 years. Bella Hadid was left flying solo after her sister Gigi couldn't get approved for a visa. This was most likely because of the videos she put online where she made racial remarks. On the other hand, CBS and Victoria's Secret still decided to show the fall of model Ming Zai as she stumbled over her dress. Many criticized the Victoria's Secret company for embarrassing Ming on national television. On a more positive note, the fashion show is still a hit, and we can't wait to see what they have in store for next year.
Correspondent Sydney Cortez has her latest on Freeform's 25 Days of Christmas. Take it away, Sydney.
Get your hot cocoa ready and your favorite Christmas sweater because the countdown to 25 Days of Christmas is arriving. Freeform has already started showing a few Christmas movies towards the end of November, but the schedule officially begins on Friday, December 1st. ABC Family has been replaced by Freeform, and for the first time ever, they will be hosting the 25 Days of Christmas. This year, Jack Frost will be kicking it all off at 1 p.m. and it all ends on December 25th at 8 p.m. with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. As always, they will be showing the classics such as Elf, The Polar Express, Santa Claus, and my favorite, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Also, for the first time ever, Freeform will be premiering one of its own holiday movies called Angry Angel starring Brenda Song and Jason Biggs. The movie is about a girl named Allison Pike who is trying to get into heaven but gets into a dilemma when 2 men unexpectedly show up forming a love triangle. That's all I have for now. My name is Sydney Cortez, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sydney. The sexiest man alive for 2017 has been crowned. The country-singing voice judge Blake Shelton made the cover of People this year. I'm sure Gwen Stefani is loving the fact that her man is the sexiest man in not only her eyes, but the eyes of the public. On the other hand, Miranda Lambert might be a little salty she doesn't have the honor of escorting the hottie himself around town anymore.
Just in time for the return of the acclaimed Netflix show, The Crown, which I would rate as one of my most binge-worthy shows of 2017. Big news from the royal family sent the internet abuzz. Prince Harry, the 4th in line to the crown and the younger brother of Prince William, proposed to his American girlfriend, actress Meghan Markle, in late November. Usually, any royal news creates a media flurry, but this proposal will permanently change the institution. Let's break it down. Markle is a divorced, biracial American woman with a successful career, which is definitely some new territory for the notoriously uptight royal family. The fact that Markle is a divorcee is significant because a few generations ago, this is what led to his grandfather to come into power. When Edward VIII wanted to marry Wallis Simpson, a divorced American, he was forced to abdicate, resulting in Harry's great-grandfather, George VI, assuming the throne. This shows a huge shift in the position of the royal family. It also shows that they've learned from what happened to Harry's mother, Princess Diana. Diana tried to force the crown to be less rigid. and with the people's support, she succeeded in doing that. The fact that the Queen would allow Harry to marry for love represents a huge leap forward in royal tradition. Moreover, this is perhaps the first time in British history that a biracial woman will be married into the royal family, which is monumental. This type of growth for the monarchy juxtaposes quite nicely with the rigidity documented in the second season of The Crown, which premieres on Netflix on December 8th. This season focuses on the second decade of Elizabeth's reign, which sees her torn between allowing her younger sister to marry her love and standing firm in the trappings of tradition. It'll be something to hold you over until Harry and Meghan get married next spring.
There seems to be some offset chemistry between Riverdale's power couple, Jughead and Betty. Cole Sprouse and Lily Reinhart have been spotted out together pretty frequently this past month. The two actors have a great spark on the show, so when I heard the news, I was very excited. Neither of the two have confirmed the rumors, only Sprouse has made a comment. He told reporters he was not confirming anything because he believes he has the right to his privacy and he does not believe the public needs to know about what they do with their private life. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a confirmation to me.
So let's start out. What do you think about Harry's engagement?
I think it's very exciting. I am so happy that everything's moving forward in the world, and that just shows that people are actually kind of learning that it's not what it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. I saw this really, really cool conspiracy theory online where, like, hypothetically, if Harry's child will be American by,
Yes.
you know, virtue of the fact that his mother is American.
Mm-hmm.
Or, but like, if they're still in line for the crown, but then they like ran for president, like, this
Oh
could
my
be.
gosh.
I mean, that's that's not going to happen. But like,
Yeah.
it's still a reality that the fact that like he's the heir to the throne, way down the line,
Yes.
isn't 100% British, which I just think is cool.
That is mind-blowing. I never actually personally thought about that, but that's crazy to think about.
The other thing I thought was cool was the Queen will officially be married to a woman with dreads.
Wow.
Which, just like for an image, like that's just a jar, like it's not something you would have thought of would have
Yeah.
happened even 10 or 15 years
no.
ago. And I think it's interesting that like Princess Diana's legacy and how she wanted to change the system is still living on to this
Yeah,
day.
it's still finally coming full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
definitely awesome.
transitioning to other festive news, it's our favorite time of the year.
Christmas,
So, what are some of your favorite Christmas songs that really get you in the mood?
Okay, this is hard. I love all the Christmas music. One thing that we talked about this, and I didn't mention this, I thought it was funny, is the Trappin' in the Snow rap. That's funny. But when it comes to actual Christmas songs, I'd say Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, or It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. What about you?
I like, I don't know, I like a lot of different songs, but I think the one that like really gets me going is All I Want for Christmas Is You.
All right, yeah, I can agree with that one too. I definitely
Yeah.
agree with that one.
Like, there's nothing that like gets me in the spirit when I hear those like chords and like Mariah Carey.
Love her voice.
The Queen of Christmas.
Of course, anytime. It's probably the first song I put on this year.
Yeah.
Any year, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'll listen to that whenever. But I think it's really cool, actually. So there's like a science behind it.
Okay.
So All I Want for Christmas Is You was actually engineered to be a Christmas hit because in the 90s, when like Mariah was like kind of figuring it out, they figured out the 4 chords that are in every single Christmas song. So that like in the very beginning when you like start to play the piano or whatever, that those 4 chords are in like, you know, all these different Christmas songs. So when they play it in this, it was kind of almost engineered to be a hit.
That's awesome. That's really cool, like thinking behind that.
Yeah. So like that gets me in the mood. And then
Yeah.
the other thing that really gets me in the mood is like, as Sydney reported, the 25 Days of Christmas.
Oh my gosh, yes. Even though they play a lot of the same movies over the years, they never get old. One of my favorites that's always on the 25 Days of Christmas is Holiday in Handcuffs.
Yeah, like that's definitely an interesting one. I personally love Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Yes.
So I'm a big
They're
fan
good.
of A Year Without a Santa Claus.
Oh, that one's good.
All
I
of the
love that.
claymation movies.
Yeah, I honestly love those, like till this day. I loved them when I was younger and I still enjoy watching them. I think they just always have a place in my heart, as well as yours.
And I know that you mentioned that you're a big fan of Elf.
Oh my God, yes, it's so funny. My mom and I watch it like every year, no matter what. I could watch it honestly any time of the year.
Well, like that's the thing. Like, it's the same way with kind of like All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like, those are just such like they're recent like things that have kind of changed culture.
Yeah.
It's like such a weird thing because everybody knows Elf. Everybody is aware of the story. Like, you know, whether you like Will Ferrell or you don't like Will Ferrell, because he's very like divisive.
Yeah.
But like, everybody loves that movie and like the concept behind it.
Do you have any other movies that you like really like?
I do like Rudolph's New Year. It's not really a Christmas. I mean, it is a Christmas movie, but like, I don't know. I just love kind of like curling up, you know, with a blanket and like hot cocoa or whatever, and watching like Freeform. Or I know like you said that you really like Hallmark movies.
Yeah, I like the Hallmark movies. They're very corny, but I do like them. One more of the Freeform movies that I love is like the Santa Baby series. I think they're just so good because it's not just Christmas. It has like a real thing involved too, like a real romance and all of that, which are all the Hallmark movies too.
Well, I mean, that's the other funny thing. It's like, why fall in love like around Christmas? Like, that's the only time that you can ever find true love.
And I feel like it's funny because in real life, just from like other things I see on like social media, a lot of people make jokes about how like relationships end before the holidays. So you don't have to buy like presents. And I feel like it's just funny because it's so different in movies.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that does it for this episode and this semester of Backstage Pass. We hope you had as much fun watching it as we did producing it.
If you have any questions or comments about the show, visit our super awesome new website, lasalle.edu/LaSalleTV. On the website, you can find the schedule and more information about the shows themselves. You can email us at lasalletv@lasalle.edu.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV. You can also find us on Twitter and be our 100th Twitter follower at LaSalleTV Philly or BP_LaSalle. We love to continue the discussion after the show, so don't hesitate to tweet at us. For Backstage Pass, I'm Ryan Wall.
And I'm Callie Corson. On behalf of myself and the entire Backstage Pass team, have a great day, happy holidays, and we'll see you next semester.